What's up, everybody? Brett here, back playing some more Battle Brothers, Beats and Exploration DLC. Picking up where we left off last time, we are leaving Horngard and heading south to the Undone Fortress, trying to get paid. I mean, that's a lot of crowns. So we're going to do that quest, and along the way, we'll see if we can't take some fights. If you were able to watch the last episode, you'll know that we picked up some new brothers who are really in no condition to fight at all. I was kind of just looking right now to see how I could move around some of my armor, specifically in terms of Baldwin here. I can't have a brother in a fight with 10 fatigue. That's awful. So who do we take out here? Perhaps we just take out maybe Sir Chris and Steezy. Although I really want to level up Steezy. Let's you know what? I think Yaku comes out. We want to level up Steezy because of his resolve. He's going to be excellent in the upcoming fights. And I think we just take out Isaac as well. We take out our two Spear Bros, and I think that's fine. I want to make sure we're leveling the right characters. Because someone like Wolfgang, currently sitting at 56 resolve, is not going to be someone that we want to bring into the Witch Hut fight. So I'm tempted to take him out and bring in Ramen for now. And then if he's not using this armor, that's 30. Yeah, we'll switch those out. And we'll leave him naked. We can see. Okay. So basically, him being fat is really killing his fatigue. He should be sitting at about 30 right now. But wouldn't be surprised if he ends up losing that fat perk. We've had that happen before. So because this is a relatively easy fight at the Forgotten Hut, we're going to put in our new brothers and do our best to protect them. There we go. It's dawn. Had to wait a split second there. Don't want to engage at night with all of our archers. And this is just going to be an easy leveling fight. Honestly, just going to send Steinhardt forward to go and get some kills. Going to do the same thing with Lance. Yeah, attacking him, not the best of moves. We don't have great shots on him, but we'll take him. Aim shot in the back. Nailed him. One more. Kind of surprised we missed that. And let's see. We can use the bushes as cover. Start pushing them back. So Chris, I was going to say, he should be able to just one-shot those dudes. And I'm really not that worried about my back line getting sniped or something like that. And that's fine. There we go. Want to get maximum experience from this fight because we do have the training grounds on Sir Dunkred. We want to make sure we're getting full value from that. So, killing that guy is going to pave the way for us to move forward a bit. Nice. Can we tie this dude down? We cannot. Unless we use a dog, potentially. Very close. So we can move out here, use a dog, hope the dog goes to the... There we go. And that should be all we need for Lance and company to get in the back. Pass with the archers. Kind of want to test out Sir Dankred. His stats are already quite high. Good first kill there from Baldwin. Alright, it's over. And we got a dagger we can give to one of our new brothers. Let's give that to him. Let him hold that. And wow, that one shot already kind of... But I see that red cross. On his first battle, he took his first hit. Got to be a little bit proud of him. Let's keep on walking south. If we come across any tough fights, we're going to take out at least 2 of our new brothers. And we're certainly not going to use them in the battle with the goblins we're coming up to. So Ramen the Stinky enters your tent. Sir, we got a group of refugees out here that like to talk to you. So we've seen this before. Yeah, war is upon us. Pretty sure that's the greenskin invasion. So now we'll start seeing contracts that involve killing large groups of greenskin. They pay really well, and I'm happy to do those. Alright, so it looks like we're going to roll up on this fortress, supposedly filled with goblins. And yeah, let's just change out our brothers. We did all that, but we don't really... We need shields. And spears are very good against goblins as well. And this is enough, I think, archers. We don't need to go with a full, like, 4 warbow, 1 crossbow build. Just curious what kind of terrain we'll get. Looks like swamp, obviously. You enter the goblin camp to find it empty, but you know better. You know you just walked into a trap. Just then, the damned greenskins emerge from all around you. With the loudest war cry you could muster, you order your men to prepare for battle. So we might be surrounded. Okay, lots of high ground here, so we should be fine. We're not like sitting in the middle of a lake. If they want, these wolf riders can tie us down so that we're not able to move or shoot, which is kind of the more dangerous part. And it's pretty tempting to spread out, but what we need to do is get shield cover for our archers so that they can shoot. It looks like a ton of wolf riders, which can be dangerous, but if you can kill them at a steady rate, they're not that bad. Oh, they're feeling brave. Okay. What kind of chances are we looking at here? Edgel is axe. Take that 31% chance. Could also drop a dog for him. That might be prudent, but I'm not going to. Because they'll certainly kill the dog, but I think the odds of them actually killing Edgel with so much support around is super low. Alright. So we almost have all the different routes here covered. Steezy missing there was pretty bad. It's easy to forget too that our archers aren't really pushovers. A lot of them are wearing pretty heavy armor. Just the problem with goblins is that they tend to have very pointy weapons that bypass our armor. So Sir Dankred is stuck in a net. We'd like to get him out if we can. And we only killed 1 goblin in that kind of opening attack that we had. We'll need to kill several more this time. Yeah, this isn't looking too great. But once we're able to start getting kills here... Yeah. So Steinhardt should just be able to cleave through this whole group. So many wolves. At least this is an interesting fight. It's pretty dangerous. There we go. We triggered a lot of morale issues for them. I was gonna say, if we could kill that guy, that would probably trigger even more. I think we should probably break out of the net now. Yeah. Breaking out of being inside of a net gives you penalties. So you want to break out of it if you can, but sometimes it's better to just stay offensive. Alright, Steezy. You're doing better. Would love to get Steezy some sort of, unique fighting axe. That would be cool. And we're going to attack the blob just to make sure that the lightning starts killing some models. There we go. There we go. And now they're scared. See if we can't get rid of that guy. And I should have switched to archery. When they're running, they're not actually stopping us from using our bows now. That was a lot of good attacks. Let's get the last one to routing. We're not going to be able to catch them all, but that's okay. We're not getting paid by the head. We just needed to clear this place out. And we're going to make a nice small fortune on them. Anyone who tries to run away from Sir Steinhardt is just going to have a bad day. Let's use quick hands, switch back. Wow, they still want to fight. There are still 12 of them. Let's say there's probably no way I can get to this one. Can I even shoot him? Probably not. I'll take that. Get in the back lines on the one that's still not running. Once again, should have just switched to archery beforehand. And I don't think we can move and still take a shot on him. Yeah, it's not a thing. This is a very good fight for having a training hall experience bonus. Because it should be pretty huge considering how many goblins we're killing. And if he's actually getting some of the kills himself, then that's even better. Wow, the game's going to let us get on this guy. He may just use footwork and escape. Probably actually should not have moved Lance in, because now he's blocking every shot we might have been able to take on him. There we go. Okay. So now everyone who's not Lance just passes. And there we go. And we got some levels. Very good. No unique loot, but definitely some things that are worth selling. Let's check out those levels. And Sir Dankred. And I think it's safe to give him the Flail Mastery. This is a cool weapon, something we haven't really gotten a chance to use yet. So master flails and circumvent your opponent's shield. Builds up 25% less fatigue, that's important. Lash and hail ignore the defense bonus of shields, that's also very good. And it gives another 5% chance to hit head, and I say another because his weapon already has a plus 17% chance to hit head. And let's say flail is his standard attack. Unpredictable in damage, but able to strike over or around shield cover. Ignores the bonus to melee defense granted by shields. So, getting Flail Mastery makes it so that Lash, I think, also does that. Lash and Hail. That might be a typo. This might be supposed to say Lash and Flail. Anyway. So it has a 100% chance to hit the head. And if you add the extra 5%... Oh, this is just an extra... Thresh gains... Okay, never mind. I was reading this completely wrong, guys. Sorry about that. Thresh. Thresh gains a plus 5% chance to hit. Thresh, I think, is the name of... I think the wild-looking flail. The one with a whole bunch of heads to it. I still would get this. Maybe hail. Hail has... Never mind. I'm dumb. So yeah, there's multiple different types of flails now. That's something I wasn't taking into consideration. There's several different kind of flails now. But Lash is one that we care about. Lash is an ability we want to use. But having that ignore the defense bonus of shields, which it now does, is great. Yes, disregard some of the things I said beforehand. But the 25% less fatigue is going to be great for him as well. So let's see what kind of rolls we picked up. Definitely want to be taking that fatigue. I like getting another 3 there for his attack. And then it's hard for me to pass up a 4 in resolve. I think once we get him to 70, we'll just stop. Or maybe we'll stop now at 65, and then once he's past like level 11, just put 1 point at a time in there. We'll have to see. But we also leveled up Steezy, which is important. Steezy, of course, can no longer get perks. But Steezy has Fortified Mind. We were thinking about building him into some sort of backup sergeant, but he doesn't have Rally the Troops. He needs HP. He needs Fatigue. His melee defense is like out of this world, which is why he has Taunt. He doesn't really need more Resolve at 68. Kind of just want to get him up to that nice round 70 number, which he just received. He basically got 2 points from this. So that's awesome. So no more points in Resolve for him, I don't believe. But Fatigue and HP are going to be a constant. And then we'll see what else we need for him as he levels. Okay, time to go to Brookstadt to get our cash. And if we run into a small group of anything, we'll switch out for our new brothers to try and get them some experience. So Brookstadt, they have a Fletcher Tavern. We'll see what the local news is. The nearest training hall is up here somewhere. Yeah, Winfest. But that's kind of where we want to be questing anyway. Alright, I see some footprints. See what we have. It's a very small group. Looks like whatever it was died. Okay, so as the company takes a break, you decide to address the men. Brothers, I want everyone to know the sons of Verona are not just cutthroats and errand boys, but skilled fighters of the first order. Word of our deeds must spread so that merchants and noblemen are begging us to take their contracts. The Greenskin invasion is threatening to sweep away our world. We shall stand strong and fend it off, for this is how legends are born. Train 2 men to master the hammer. That's such an easy one, but I think we'll just take the Greenskin invasion one, because it's on us, and it's pretty easy for us to do. It's what we're going to want to be doing anyway to grind for experience and more loot. So it'll probably be part of this contract here. Let's take a look in the Fletcher. Do they have a burnt down warehouse? Yes, they do. As well as ambush trade routes. So everything here kind of sucks. But they buy things at a ridiculous price. Let's see. Yeah, 22. This might be the best time to sell anything that we've seen in a long time. We don't need the fencing sword anymore, sadly. We could look to make our swordmaster character a fencer, and that kind of goes well with what he's got going on, simply because he has such poor fatigue right now that making him a lighter character, we just kind of stuck him in super heavy armor for the moment, but that won't always be the case. God, we have so many bone platings. It's tempting to hold on to that. But while we can, we need to take advantage of this. We need to do quests here, and we need to bring these people back as much stuff as we can. That way we can get rich. Finding a place with this type of value is how you get rich in this game. Might as well check the hirings. We don't want any disowned nobles. Another witch hunter. We could try our luck again. The last one ended up not being so great. My only problem is he is straight up at level 1. And this guy is a historian. That's an interesting background you don't see all the time. I'm very curious how he would interact with certain events. But anyway, let's head into the tavern. Get our guys a little bit drunk. And let's see what they want us to fight. So, greenskins, see if they'll pay us some more. That'll work. They'll give us some crowns in advance, and now we go and defend Tarsdorf, which is right here. So, super easy. We'll see what the size of the greenskin force is. I really don't want to bring in new brothers in on this fight. Oh, they're more goblins, and they have a shaman as well. That's pretty annoying. Will I take any of our frontliners out? I think this is still a fine combo. My idea was basically to take out someone. See if we can force them onto flat ground. I would say that we have the advantage in flat ground. When you start getting into the hills and stuff and we have to start chasing them, that's when we have a problem. That's a lot of skirmishers, though, and ambushers. So what I'd like to do is send in Sir Steinhardt, but what's going to happen is there are 3 nets here. Let's wait our turn patiently. He can die just like anyone else, and if we send him into a wall of pikes with nets and bolas, he'll die. He wants to get in there pretty much uncontested and just start carving people up. But this is kind of what I was afraid of. We're not even hitting anything. Yeah, let's break free. And we'll move forward with Lance. Once again, fully expecting him to get tied down. And we'll back him up with Isaac, since Isaac's not actually defending anything. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go forward with Sir Steinhardt and then put Sir Dankred in the front. So he instantly gets netted, which makes him vulnerable from range. Just waiting for the nets here. Alright, they netted Isaac. That's good. Better Isaac than Lance. But they're still going to net Lance. So... Shield is blocking quite a bit for us. But Sir Steinhardt is, I mean, he's a goblin killer. So fully expecting Sir Steinhardt to take every shot because he's in a net. They perceive him as being the most vulnerable. Probably would be better suited shooting at Lance, however. I like that we're spreading them out a little bit, but this is getting a little dangerous as well. See if we can't kill some of these pikemen to clear a bit of a path for Sir Steinhardt. Alright, that should help. We'll move in any direction that kind of makes sense right now. Nice. Getting 2 kills off of that feels great. And I think honestly I'm a lot less concerned about my backline now than I was before. I think now it's important. I need to be concerned about someone like Sir Steinhardt getting sniped. Okay, so what I want to do is use Isaac to break Lance out and then attack with Lance. Like that. Now when Lance gets to go, he'll be able to jump in and hopefully take a swing. We're not going to jump into that spear wall here. But yeah, doing it in that order gave us a kill we probably otherwise would not have gotten. And using a shield wall here on Sir Steinhardt instead of moving in. He is made, essentially, to take damage to his HP. So we shouldn't really be that concerned about it. With Nimble, his HP resource is like exponentially better. So he was never really even made to wear heavy armor or have this shield. Nice to see the Goblin Shaman jumping back instead of using an attack. That's very good for us. He's tanked so much. Nice. Never understand why they do that, but they do. We'll back up one. And our fatigue is taking such a heavy hit. Did I say fatigue? Our fatigue is taking such a heavy hit because of every time they attack us, they essentially drain our fatigue a little bit. That's something that's easy to forget, that getting attacked also has a draining effect on your fatigue. Let's step forward a bit. Nice. Take an aim shot back here. Hope to hit something. Nice, and we hit him. Would love to kill this shaman. I'd like to get another one of those clubs from my collection right now. But he still has quite a little wall of goblins in front of him. It's going to be hard to reach him. That was a little scary. How dare you, sir? This little pocket is folding. We can bring him up. I was going to say we could bring him up to free our buddy from the nets, but that's not going to work. Nice, good kill. Okay, we're tying some of them down. And let us break Lance free. That'll give him the full benefit of his ability to move on his turn. Not worried about that dude. Was hoping that Sir Steinhardt would swing at him. So the shamans aren't always the smartest about running. Sometimes they'll stay too long and you're able to kind of catch them. Wouldn't be surprised to see him cast a spell here instead of running back. Okay, he does move back. But they use someone to tie down Lance. Unless we can snipe him. Nice. Let's go gobbo hunting in the south. Nice. Good pick. Didn't expect to get that kill. And we are almost on them. I mean, they're pretty much, they're dead. There's only a couple left. But I would like to kill this shaman. Since Lance can't reach, we're going to use him to hopefully tie down these two here. He's probably going to move right off the board right now. Dang footwork. Well, we didn't catch him. That's alright. Big hammer, can we get to him? No. It's over. They're too slippery. And we don't really get any good loot from that, sadly. But we are going to get paid for a relatively easy quest. Almost 4K. And these type of events are how you get rich. You just sit in one spot and you do really expensive contracts over and over again. See what they want us to do. Brigands. We're going to push them for a couple hundred more. Southeast of Brookstadt. We'll take that fight. How far southeast? Wait. It did say south. No, it said northeast. I could have sworn it said southeast. Anyway, not important. We might want to bring in our new brothers for this fight. If they are in fact brigands. And Sir Dankred no longer has the buff to his experience gain. We should probably pick that up again if we can. You know, let's put him in the front and put him in the back. Something like this. Because there's no point in getting those guys if you're not going to level them. Oh, we're getting a little bit of snow. I like that. Very cool. And let's hold back. We have the superior archers. The last fight, the goblins, you know, outnumbered our archers at least 2 to 1. But here, the crossbowmen can't even fire without jumping forward and making themselves vulnerable. So all they really have, as long as we don't advance, is one level 1 archer and one like level 2 archer, essentially, thanks to that bow. And we don't really need to fear that. Let's take an aim shot and just hope to hit someone. Yeah, we do. Okay. And they're going to rush us. Very interesting. Leaving the back line completely exposed. We'll hope to pick off the dangerous archer first. Let's just get rid of him. He's already injured. And we don't even... The sad thing is we don't even really need the high ground to beat these guys. But what we don't want to happen... We have a new brother here kind of holding this side. Let's just get in there like that. We'll also do this. We'll completely take him out of the equation for now. Let him relax with his 20 fatigue. Ow. Hit the armor though, so we're fine. Shot his buddy in the back of the head. That's a demotion for you. Don't worry though, you won't survive this battle. It won't matter. Alright, throwing axe to the bone plating. And it looks like Balduin's gonna get to use that legendary sword that belonged once to a much greater warrior. Hondo's legend now becomes part of this sword. I almost feel like the sword masters need a bit of a buff. Because so much can go wrong with them. I don't know if there are any like positive events that can happen. Step in here. And we're going to go for the head. This guy's not wearing a helmet. So that should be... Yeah, that was brutal. And Ragnar has an extremely potent crossbow. And when you start decapitating people, guys get scared. And once again, we've completely made it unnecessary for Balduin to do anything. Just the way I like it. What we don't want to happen, though, is we don't want this brigand leader to escape. Step forward here with Steezy. So we want to tie him down as soon as we can. They're still advancing. That's a good sign. Maybe should have considered taking Steinhardt out. Did he just throw a spear at me? That... Trying to break... breaking that shield. Like in the last episode, I would lose my mind if I had another broken shield. We can step up and try. Yeah, I didn't expect to hit there. We should have went for the lash. I do not want to step forward with Baldwin against the leader. We're going to let Arazel do the heavy lifting. We can back up Steezy. Steezy says, no thanks, I don't need it. I got this. It's a pretty strong little 3-person wall we've just made. Take the high ground, Baldwin. I've been thinking about getting a dog recently. And I was trying to think of like cool dog names. But my love of like dwarves and all fantasy literature is starting to shine through pretty hard. And the best name that I liked from that was like Durin. That's straight out of Lord of the Rings, of course. But I thought it'd be cool, a cool name for a dog. For a big, mighty dog. Which is kind of the only type of dog I've ever been interested in. You get in there, Baldwin. You do a thing. Another name I thought might be cool, another like nerd-oriented name, but it was if you've ever, any of you guys ever played Magic, there's a legendary dog named Isamaru. And I was thinking about naming it like Isa if it's a girl, and maybe Maru if it's a boy. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's pretty cool artwork. It was one of the first Magic cards I ever saw as a kid. And I just thought it was so awesome that it was like this giant warhound with like huge stats. So, huge stats. I mean, it's a 1-mana 2/2, which at the time was like a big deal in Magic. One of the Kamigawa blocks. Growing up, though, I really loved like mythology of all sorts, whether it be Greek or Norse or Hindu or Indie. I guess you could probably call it Indie mythology. You read too much Total War Warhammer fantasy, or Warhammer fantasy, I should say, and you start to mix things up. They draw so much from real life in terms of like calling India Ind, and they're basically their version of China is essentially, they call it Cathay and then Nippon for Japan and all that stuff. It's always floating around in the back of my head. We didn't get anything amazing, but we should be able to make quite a big profit. Yeah, we don't need that's exactly the type of stuff I want to get rid of. Do we have any like knives or anything we don't want? That's trash. Okay, that's good enough. But I'm sure if you're watching a playthrough like this, you probably also love mythology. 6 of the big furry unholds. That could be a cool battle to kind of end today's uh, video with. Let's definitely pull these two out. They leveled, but they're still nowhere near ready. Baldwin, we can finally get Brawny on him. That's going to give him 13 more fatigue, and then we have to take 3 fatigue there. There's no getting around it. And because he is... Man, why did I get... I should not have gotten... Well, he has 2 stars. Okay, he has 2 stars plus fat. I was wondering for a second why I picked up Colossus on a brother that had such low HP, and that makes more sense now that I see that. Okay. And we can take a 3 roll perhaps in melee defense. I think that's fine. That's a pretty important stat. And all of a sudden, he's looking a little bit better. But we don't want him in this fight against these unholds. That's a pretty dangerous fight. Let's go with Colossus again. It's kind of one of my go-tos. A 3 roll there is not bad, although it's definitely not his best. A 4 and a 3 probably. I mean, these are great rolls, but we want to get some higher ones in Resolve. We need to get him up there, or else he's not going to be extremely useful for us. God, we need to get that Brawny ASAP. And then now we need to bring back in Isaac. As well as Yaku. Okay. Unfortunately, Sir Steinhardt is still pretty beaten up. Do I want to let them go by? That's 6 unhold of the enormous variety. I'm not really scared of them or anything like that. I just don't like that we have kind of some B-list guys in here. Plus, Sir Steinhardt is very hurt. But I think we're fine. Let's take this fight. It's an exciting one. However, I really don't want to take it in the swamps. Let's stop by Brookstadt first, get paid, pick up a new contract, and sell all this stuff off. Are their prices still amazing? They may not be. They are amazing still, but they're not as high as they were before. They no longer have raided territory. I always forget those shields are also pretty worthless too. We'll use that other dagger. That was a good helmet we picked up, but it's just too late in the game for stuff like that to really matter. And then we picked up some salt as well. We'll sell that. And just like that, guys, we're up over 40k. Very good. If we see any kind of amazing equipment we want, we can just feel free to grab that. Let's see what these contracts are. Where do they want us to go? To the northeast. We might just take this when we're leaving. No, not interested. Not interested in traveling south. We want to stay north. This is actually an interesting fight, which we haven't seen in a minute. But I really didn't want to take this fight in the swamps. But I guess the swamps are better than the forest, so let's do that. In the forest, they kind of have the advantage because they get cover. But in the swamps, our archers should have the advantage. I don't know, man, they probably bypass terrain pretty easily. So the thing to remember about these dudes is that they have armor. They're hiding in the reeds, wow. So we need to get through that armor before anything else. Take an aim shot. So all those good shots there, I'm not going to say they didn't do anything, but we really need to get Lance at least. If we're going to do that, let's move him all the way out, get him on high ground, and get him with Lone Wolf. we may want to relocate. But if we relocate south, we essentially leave Lance abandoned up here. Let's hold our ground. They're going to toss us around pretty good. I think these guys also ignore spear walls. Let's test that out. I don't remember, but I think that's a thing. I think they have the ability to completely walk past a spear wall, which is dangerous. So as always, the name of the game when fighting unholds is focus, because they do have that regeneration. Okay, got a big stun there. And yeah, he's at... Well, we can't really test it now because he stunned us out of it, but... Let's try and kill this one. And if we can't kill that one, we should use our archers to focus. Oh no. That was a horrible accident. Oh man. Well, let's move up here because at least the lightning will hit multiple enemies. And I'm pretty sure Lance can bully this unhold by himself. What I was trying to say is that we should at least try and get the armor down on them, so that when we are ready to attack them, it's not a problem. And I know the in-game sounds are super loud for the unhold. I don't quite know why that is. So here comes the big tosses and the big damage. Steezy is very hurt, and now Ramen is as well. Let's throw down a dog. Give ourselves some degrees of separation. Okay, happy we hit there. Yeah, shooting Steezy in the back was pretty bad. If we lost him now, it would be completely my fault, for sure. We need to kill him before he's able to do another turn's worth of attacking. I'm happy that Lance is able to tie this guy down. That's one less we need to fight. That was pretty bad. And we are standing in the swamp. Get out that banner. Good hits from everyone. Should probably focus down this one now. Don't kill the dog. Alright, he hit the dog but didn't kill it. Alright, Steezy broke most of his armor. We're not making too much headway on this guy. His healing seems pretty extreme. Let's focus this one. This one and this one need to go next. Just don't kill Steezy. I was very tempted last turn to just use Steezy's shield wall to try and protect him. Good hit. Alright, at least we're applying Overwhelm. Stab him in the back. Alright, there goes his head armor. Yeah, we're not doing any damage to this thing. Fully anticipating our dog getting killed. And he actually did us a favor knocking back Edgel here. Yeah, this is a much more dangerous fight for this group. We should have used quick hands. We should have pulled out his weapon. It's not, it doesn't really matter. Damn, getting that kill would have been pretty huge. Okay, we're still good. We definitely want to switch back to our bow. Yeah, get that bow back out. The bow has no penalties when standing in the swamp, but the axe certainly does. Just don't kill Steezy. That's all I ask. Might start moving Sir Chris up here to help with this unhold. Did I step in here onto this? I can't believe I did that. Had a senior moment. Okay, well. Let's get rid of this one. Perfect. Okay, that makes the rest of this should be a lot easier now. Are you serious, man? Come on, Edgel. This one's going to be hard to kill without any type of heavy hitters around him or any type of archery. Okay, dog. You want in. And we'll keep forcing him to deal with Lance. Yep, keep hurting Lance and you're not hurting anyone else. That's a great spot for Edgel. He can shoot either one of them now. So close. I'm not going to chase this thing anymore. It'll come to me once we kill the other two. We can be ready for it. Yep, down goes the dog. Yeah, we're just going to leave him. So this turn we're going to kill him for sure. And then now we should be able to get him nicely surrounded. You know what, let's wait. He gets to attack. He might throw... Oh, that's the wrong one, of course. I like applying overwhelm. We're not going to risk shooting someone in the back. Can't switch again. Would love it if this guy starts routing. That would save me a lot of grief. Okay, Edgel can switch. We should be able to shoot him in the face. Nice. Big hit from Lance. Really happy that Steezy's melee defense is like out of this world. Makes it pretty hard for the unult to hit him. Down he goes. One left. And thank goodness, because we don't have the fatigue to carry on this fight for much longer. And it's over. What kind of fat loot did we get? We got 4 thick white furs and 2 giant skulls, which we'll just sell. We don't need to have 8 of those laying around. But the thick white furs are pretty cool. We can head back to Brookstadt and see what we can make with that. And we'll take the quest from Brookstadt, we'll relocate up north, and call that good for today's episode. Do we have stuff we can sell besides that? Kind of being forgetful. So yeah, let's get rid of 1, 2. Buy some cheap food. Everybody's beat up, which is good that we're taking a traveling quest here. So we can make more bone platings, which you probably should do just for the sake of space. Same kind of for the trophy necklace, I just don't want to do that. And we can make an unhold fur cloak. I think we already have one of those. Let's craft it for the sake of space. Same for this. So do we no longer have the ability to make the potion that completely makes you forget everything? I guess we don't. We must have used probably like the Kraken bits. The tentacles or whatever. Before we leave here, anything good? Nope. Alright, let's take this and move out. And we're just going up to Eichenberg. While marching along, a lone merchant with his pack horse emerges onto your path. He has his arms out and his hands visible. Evening, travelers, might I interest you in some wares? He lists off a number of things the Sons of Verona could possibly have no use for, but then he mentions a map. You must have raised an eyebrow, because he raises his and a smile with it. Ah, interested in a map, are you? This here cartographical, topographical, geographical oddity, carried by a man who, I assure you, is quite sensical. This here paper tells you the exact location of the famous ruins of old. I'm sure you've heard about it, yes? Host to untold treasures, resting place of some this world's finest arms, and all it'll cost you is a meager 700 crowns. Yeah, we'll buy it. We bought it last time and it ended up being okay. Where is it, though? Right here. See, that's bull. We would have taken that fight anyway. We just basically gave that dude 700 crowns. Well, I hope it's actually home to something good. Otherwise, we'll all learn a nice lesson whether or not that merchant event is worth doing. So let's move into here and we're going to make good use of the training hall right now. So Baldwin, we're going to give him, we did the math last time. And veterans lessons are the most expensive and the best. So we'll get those for our guys. Very good. And let's check the armory. We have a ton of gold we can spend if we come across something we like. Weaponsmith. Nope. Might as well check the hires. Yeah, still sell swords, retired soldiers, sword masters. Not exactly what we're looking for. See if we can get some more tools. That's great. And we did lose a dog, but I think we have another one in reserve. We do. Get some cheese and some beer. Get some fish. And be good for 9 days. Alright. This place didn't even have any contracts anyway, so I'm kind of just happy to get out of there. During a greenskin invasion, I mean, contracts is kind of where you want to be. This is probably one of the best places to quest for the greenskin invasion. Last time they were swarming that area. We could take like 4 fights a day if we wanted to. Alright, so easy contract for us. Another armorer to visit. A very cool colored barbute helmet. Which I think someone corrected me at one point in the pronunciation. I don't think it's pronounced barbute. But, man, my English speaking, that's how it makes me want to say it. I'm willing to accept that I'm wrong. I get it. That's not how you say it. But I just can't remember how to say it correctly. I will eventually, though. Man, do I just... No, we hold on to the bone platings. Check the marketplace. Anything good? Probably not. Some cheap salt we could sell. Very cheap tools. Let's check the contracts before we go today. So, 5,300. Yeah. See, this is the one that, like, can force the greenskin invasion to end, and we don't want it to end, because if we draw out their warlord, we kill the warlord, and then the greenskin invasion is over. I want to do some of the other unique stuff. Return this guy's tome of arcane knowledge. Okay. Anyway, we're not going to do this one today. I might not even do this fight on camera just because it's an easy little... actually, it's 16 of them and they have a leader. I was thinking of throwing in our new bros since we had so many injuries. Taking someone like Steezy out. And we definitely want to take these two out. Go super wide. And bring in... Wolfgang, probably. Something like that. More like this, maybe. Use them as guards. That seems legit. Okay, guys. That's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I had a lot of fun. We got to take on a pretty big, I think that was our biggest group ever of the white unholds, who were definitely pretty tough. I think even if we had our A-list team there, we would have had to be pretty on the ball, pretty on our toes with how much damage they could do, especially fighting them in a swamp like that, where all of our melee attacks were not very reliable. So that was kind of a fun new thing. And we're getting rich. So as we bounce between Horngard, Eichenberg, and Windfest, take out some of these new areas. We'll be on the lookout for more unique arms and armor for our crew, and things that'll maybe push us in one way towards or another, I meant to say, in terms of how we're going to build Baldwin and how we're going to build Guido the Falcon. And I think we're pretty much set on a pass for Sir Dankred. He's just going to be an excellent shield bro with this flail, and he's just going to do work. Go ahead and give him that dagger. But anyway, guys, that's it. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. I'm so happy you decided to join me today. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And guys, for those of you out there who are new to the channel and are recently subscribed, toss me a name suggestion down in the comment section if you'd like. There's no reason we need to keep Guido. I might keep the Falcon. That's kind of a cool title. And there's no reason we need to keep the name Baldwin. Or if you just want to keep the name Baldwin and give him a title, I'll take suggestions in the comment sections. I would love to see you guys throw out some new names. But anyway, that's it. Good to go. Signing out any second now. There we go. I was looking for the guy who lost the dog, and it was Edgel. Alright, peace out, guys.